Carlos says it's hard to simulate what they do. Remember, they only play each other twice during the regular season, and Wallace right away scores on the first basket.
Right there, but defensively, as you see, the pressure that he puts, he gets in that starting lineup because the amount of trust that coach has in him.
Pascal Siakam knocks down the three-pointer. The three-point shooting amazing, Doris.
Pascal becomes a very tough matchup.
Holmgren fakes, gets past Neesmith. Holmgren gets inside, partially blocked.
Oh my God, y'all see game day finals between OKC and Indiana. Oh my gosh, look. The most important shot from that game, the most important play from that game was towards the end when Halliburton does the jump shot for two points and scores, which puts Indiana up 111 to 110. That's it. That's all we need to see from that one. That's it. That's the point. That's the point of game one. There it goes. It sums it up in the end right there. It sums it up in the end right there. Okay. Now, this is the second game when Halliburton has scored in the last few seconds of the game and outs the Pacers in the league. It puts them in the league, you guys. Okay. And then puts them in the lead for for this game. So Indiana wins that one, then they go up by 1. The series is 1-0. Now, when we get to game 2 highlights, though, it's a different story. It's a different story, people. It's definitely a different story. Y'all see the plays. Y'all see the commentators talking about it. You see that. You see that. So, this, and I'm going to just say this. While the video was planned, okay? I understand why some folks say that Halliburton is not a superstar. I get it, okay? I get it. Those kind of low-scoring nights, they can't be allowed by a superstar. If you're going to be a superstar, you got to be pulling at least 30 plus, maybe 40 plus points a game. You got to be doing that. But when the numbers are low, it's hard to say, oh, yeah, I'm the superstar. And granted, there are players on teams that can probably lead the team in points and stuff. But you need to be at a certain range when you're scoring points where people can consider you a superstar, where your fans can consider you a superstar. From how the stats look and from those numbers, it's low for Halliburton, for Tyrese to be considered a superstar. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. It's true. It's true. It's true. Look. Look at the game. And here, it tells you yourself. It tells you. It tells you that yourself. Now, from the game 1 loss, we see that OKC did their homework this time around, because what they not finna do is go down 2-0 in the series. Baby. That ain't gonna look good at all. That ain't gonna look good at all, And game 2, OKC, they kept the lead the whole time, and that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do for any game, whatever team it is. If your team, whether they play in the playoffs or not, whether they made it to the end or not, you want to make sure your team stays in the lead, because when you start playing catch up, oh man, ain't no telling how many threes you got to shoot, how many free throw lines you got to shoot, whatever the case, how many fouls you may have to get just to shoot from the free throw. You got to take all of that into consideration. Playing catch up is no fun. But OKC, they kept the lead in this game, and that's what I like about that. You go back, you recuperate, you look at the film to see what you did and what was messed up, why y'all didn't do a certain play this way. Y'all didn't keep that same routine going from the game 1. So you really want to try to switch your game plan up too much. Not too much, but switch it up sometime. You do want to switch it up sometime. I mean, you can even hear the crowd sing, like cheer OKC. I mean, they were on fire. They were on fire that night. OKC. All the fans, they were on fire. They want to get that win. Come on now. We're not gonna go down 2-0 in this 2-0 in this series now. Y'all don't want that to happen for sure. You really don't want that to happen. You know, some of the stats later on in the game, we see SGA. He got 34 points, okay? He is in the right category for MVP. He is in the right category for MVP. That's their main guy over there for OKC. You got your other players. Yeah, you're going to think about your other favorite players, but SGA, like you think of Steph, like you think of Michael Jordan, like you think of LeBron, like you think of KD, like you think of whoever, whatever team you cheer for, you got your main MVP player right there. So Tyrese, take some points, baby boy. I mean, you know, SGA, that is MVP caliber bracket for sure. 30 plus more points a game. If you're trying to consider yourself a superstar or you want to be on that level of a superstar, you got to have a lot of points a game. You really do. He also had 8 assists that game, 5 rebounds, you guys, and 4 steals. SGA, he did his thing in this game. He did. Now on Indiana's side, Tyrese, he ended up having 17 points with 6 assists. 17 points, really? My little cousin can shoot 17 points. That easily, instantly, you know. You got to put your numbers up there if you want to really consider being the best and try to be at the top of your game. You want to do that. Below numbers like that, Tyrese, got to work on it a little bit more. Got to work on it, okay? Alex Caruso, he had 20 points off the bench. Alex had 20 points off the bench in the wet paint. And Aaron Wiggins had 18 points off the bench. Just 1 point more than Tyrese, and then 3 points more than Tyrese. But you still want to put your stat bracket up there where it's like, yeah, I got to dominate every game that I do. I got to make sure that I'm scoring the points for the team. I got my, you know, my team is here. I got my other players, but I'm the MVP. Everybody's counting on me to make that shot. You know, this was the second game again, you guys, where it came down to the last few seconds of it, and he either shoots the 3 or he scores the 2, and it puts him either tied up or in the lead. You know, he's good from that angle. He is, but you got to put up a little bit more points. You have to put up just a little bit more points. A little bit more points, you know. OKC, they had their foot on the gas this whole game and never once let up. That's why, I mean, the score tells you itself. They were in the lead the whole time. They were in the lead the whole time. They never once said, we're going to let them try to get 2 points. Nope. They want to make sure that spread is in there. They kept the lead in this game. And that's what you got to do to pull the upset win. That's what you got to do. Granted, you know, game by game, you have to see what's going to happen. You have to see what is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. They end up, though, beating the Pacers 123-107, and the series is tied 1-1 now, okay? The series is tied 1-1. We got game 3 around the corner. Who y'all got? Comment down below. Let me know in the comment section who y'all got. Who y'all got, you guys? That's going to wrap up this video. Like this video, give it a fat thumbs up, and share this video too with any and everyone that you know. It's Vonnie with the Get Down Podcast. We're going to get down through all of the stuff. Your favorite team and your favorite player. We're going to get down. Vonnie with the Get Down Podcast. Let's break every little intricate down that we can. And while you're at it, hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on. That way you can be notified every time I drop videos on this channel. If that is all, stay prayed up and stay blessed. I'll see you guys in the next video.